All right, so first thing I want to do is get the x out of the denominator here. So I'm going to multiply this entire thing by x. So 24x times x is 24x squared. Negative 55 times x is minus 55x. And these x's cancel, so that's equal to 24. All right, and then what I need to do is I need to move the 24 over to the other side. So 24x squared minus 55x minus 24 equals 0. And they want me to solve this by factoring. So let's see what we can do here. So if I have a 24x and an x, I want to get a negative 24. So that's my 24x squared, which would have to be like, that's not going to get me 24 though. All right, so let's do this. We could try, instead of doing 24x, we could try doing like 6x and 4x. And then we need to get 24. All right, so I'm at the point here where I'm just blindly guessing. So even though it wants us to factor, let's use a quadratic formula again, because I'm not seeing us getting anywhere fast here. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. All right, so don't get hung up with the fact that they want us to factor. We need to find the roots either way. So doing the quadratic formula is not a bad thing. Okay, so negative 55 is positive 55. So this is A, this is B, this is C. Plus or minus the square root of negative 55 squared minus 4 times 24 times negative 24, all divided by the square root of, this will be negative 48, not divided by positive 48. Okay, 2 times A is 2 times 24. All right, so 55 plus or minus the square root of, we're going to need to do some work here. And 55 squared is 3,025 plus, because minus minus will be plus, 24 times 24 times 4, 2,304, all divided by 48. Okay, so if we add that to 3,025, I get 55 plus or minus the square root of 5,329, all divided by 48. And let's see, the square root of 5,329 is 73. All right, so we're going to get a couple numbers here. Let's do 55 plus 73 over 48, or 55 minus 73 over 48. Okay, so plus 55 plus 73 divided by 48, that gives me 2.6 repeating, which should be, let's make that a fraction. That's going to be 2 and 2/3. I want to mix number. Oops. Fraction. 8/3. So this whole thing turns into 8/3, or 55 minus 73 divided by 48. That looks like 3/8, but let me double check that. Yep, negative 3/8. All right, so those are my two answers. So, regardless of what these factors are, we can just use a quadratic formula if it gets too complicated. And we would get x equals 8/3, or x equals negative 3/8. So if I wrote them out, it would be 8/3, comma, negative 3/8. Or you could flip them to make the smallest one come first, either way.